Spring cleaning is already sucky enough without making it harder, but the less stuff you have, the less you have to clean. Let's go. We're ignoring my hair today because it woke up and chose violence, or volume at least. But the first one on this list, and this is something that you do all year round, so making this process easier is going to be a winner. And there are kind of two parts to it, but it all revolves around laundry. Let's talk first about laundry supplies. So I keep mine in here, and I've actually decluttered this very recently, so it's looking a-okay. But detergents, stain removers, like dryer sheets, all those types of things, are you actually using them? Did you maybe buy one to try it out, or for one specific thing to remove one specific stain, and now you no longer use it? And then part two of this is to actually declutter your laundry routine itself. Streamline it as much as you can. Even just shaving a few seconds off your laundry routine is going to add up to big time savings. Oh, welcome to another poorly lit space in my home, the closet, for item number 2, which is all of the underpinnings or foundation of your outfit. So I am talking socks, I'm talking underwear, shapewear, tights, things like that. A really quick win, you're going to reap the rewards. Get rid of all of those socks that slide down when you're wearing shoes. Get rid of all of those bras that are too tight or uncomfortable, which really is every bra ever. Anything like that. By the by, if you want to see how I fold my socks or my underwear, I have separate videos on those. I will link them in the description. Let's move out into the bathroom for this next one, and that is something that I admittedly do not have a whole heap of. In fact, pretty much nothing except eyeliner, but that is cosmetics. We're into a new season, and I am led to believe that that is when people buy new eyeshadow palettes and lip liners and things, you know, to match the new season. But I also know, again, not from personal experience, but that those eye palettes and foundations and things can all add up over time. If you have a large selection of them, then you can just narrow it down to a subcategory, like your eyeshadow palettes, like your foundations, like your lipsticks. Declutter the ones that you're no longer wearing or using, and the ones that you think are past their prime. Now, I'm not just saying this next one because I'm doing a clean eating challenge, which is horrible by the way, but next on the list is junk food. For us, this is one particular category of food that just ends up getting very overwhelming and out of control very quickly. It's time to go through it all, get rid of what you are not eating or what you don't want to eat anymore. You could also use the natural method of decluttering, which is by eating the food, probably not all at once depending on how much you have, but just being more intentional about actually using it up before you go out and buy more. And I will live vicariously through you, because right now I would murder something processed, like a blueberry muffin, strawberry trifle. Eat it and be happy and think of me being all miserable with my carrot sticks and my celery. It's temporary, folks. It's temporary. Just keep telling myself that. Next, we're talking gardening equipment. So a new season is upon us, so you're probably doing a little bit of gardening, weeding. Neighbor, hello, hi. Keep on driving. I know I definitely have a lot of work to do in our little vegetable patch out the back garden. It's not looking great. And I don't know why, but even though I'm not a big gardener at all, over time we have amassed a lot of things. So obviously lawnmowers, but then there's like rakes and hoes and little spades and packets of seeds, all sorts. But the changing of the seasons is a great time to go through all of that stuff and whittle it down to the things that you actually want and need. And then hopefully it will make the gardening process, which is something I don't actually generally enjoy, just that much easier. What even is this? My husband just leaves things lying around. Rubbish. Next up then is outdoor toys. You don't necessarily have to have kids. It's anything that you would use to kind of enjoy the outdoors. So I'm talking camping equipment, bikes, scooters, anything like that, helmets, all those accessories that go with them too. Again, changing of the seasons may mean that you're spending a little bit more time outside, so go through all of this stuff, give it a clean for a start, but make sure that it's still in good condition, that you can still use it, that you still want to use it. This is a great category because a lot of this stuff takes up a huge amount of space, so even just getting rid of one thing can make a massive difference. Now, we don't keep a lot of this next thing in our home, and that is sports equipment. My husband is a
sports journalist, but he's kind of at an age now where he doesn't really play sports so much anymore. But my daughter does play soccer. The season is just about to start up again. We've got soccer balls, we've got basketballs, all those types of things, balls, bats, nets, hoops, anything like that. Again, usually a great one because they can be bulky and awkward to store, so getting rid of a few can really open up a space for you. Let's talk about a different type of season, but one that is almost as miserable as winter. That is tax season. Take it as a sign that it's a great time to get your finances in order. Go through all of your statements. Look at all of the bank accounts that you have. Do you need that many? Can you close some? That will result in fewer statements. Great. How many credit cards do you have? Do you need all of them? Loyalty cards, anything like that. And the great thing is that, like I said, the fewer accounts you have, the fewer cards you have, the fewer statements you're going to receive. Plus, it's a great time to switch to e-statements if you haven't already. But having fewer accounts, fewer cards, etc. also means that tax season is going to be easier because you have less stuff to go through. And I hope you're kind of seeing a pattern here, you know, like with the laundry stuff, like with gardening supplies. Decluttering is not really just about getting rid of stuff. It's about making your everyday life or all of those routines or things that you have to do easier on yourself. The less you have, the less you have to manage. And hooray for making tax season that little bit less sucky. I'll take it. Anything I can get. Oh, let's move things up here then, because my knees, they ain't what they used to be. Next category is the contents of your purse or wallet. And after you've gone through your financial stuff, maybe you've realized that you don't need that extra bank account. Maybe you've realized that you don't need that extra credit card, and you can clear them out of your wallet. Take out all of those excess cards, take out all of the receipts, the coupons, anything that has built up in here. And just like we talked about natural decluttering with food, you can also do natural decluttering on your wallet. And what I mean by that is to actually make a conscious effort to spend the coins that you have. They build up and they're bulky and they're heavy. So do yourself a favor and thin this out. Though I do think pretty soon we'll probably all be moving away from actual physical wallets because you can pay for everything like on your phone pretty much these days. The future is here, kids. The future is here. Oh, not sure why I subjected myself to the floor again, but here we are. Next up, and again, this kind of leads on from the whole financial thing, and that is papers. I've got a stack of them here. Papers that you need to shred and or recycle. Again, once you've gone through all of your financial statements, your bank statements, you may find that you have a pile of these, or you probably just have some lying around anyway. Junk mail, you know, old bills, old statements, things that you've been meaning to shred or recycle and just haven't quite got around to it. And I don't know about you, but if I leave this stuff lying around too long, it eventually ends up getting mixed up with all of the regular papers, and I just end up having to go through everything again. So this is a great one to stay on top of. I actually got a paper cut from that. Practice safe shredding, folks. But if you want to have the amount of time you're spending on spring cleaning, you need to know these hacks. Plus, the cleaning challenge I mentioned in there has since gone live, so there'll be details in the description of that video. I may be biased, but you don't want to miss it. Until then, go raibh míle maith agaibh. Agus feicim mé sibh go luath. Slán!